guys, welcome back to my channel. So today marks a very special day for me because 2 years ago today I made the decision to stop wearing, eating, buying, using animal products. I am 2 years vegan today. In order to, I guess, celebrate that, I wanted to make this quick video about my honest pros and cons of being vegan after 2 years. Quick apologies in advance about my voice and general appearance. I'm currently recovering from the sniffles. So I'm going to be quickly talking about the pros of veganism first. So the first pro of veganism that I have personally experienced is that I feel better. And there's no real way that I can put this into words because I just feel lighter, I feel less gloggy, I feel less tired. My periods, for example, used to be 9 days long and heavy for the full 9 days before I went vegan, which is not healthy. Now they're like 5 to 7 days long and only heavy on the first 2 to 3 days. Another pro to veganism that I've personally experienced is that I feel like I'm living more aligned with my morals and I feel like I'm living like me. I've been someone that always has cared about animals, and by going vegan I have realised that I hadn't been living true to myself, and since going vegan I've really just found myself and found who I want to be as a person, and I've become a kinder person, a more caring person, a more empathetic person, and I've allowed myself to be that rather than pushing it down a bit more, I guess. I don't know if that's necessarily attributed to veganism or just my personal growth in general, but it is something that I have experienced since going vegan. Going vegan has also allowed me to meet a lot of like-minded people, whether this be through Instagram or just like meeting them at vegan cafes and stuff like that. I have managed to connect and be introduced to so many people who have really similar worldviews as me, opinions as me, and that I can definitely attribute to veganism because I've met them through like vegan picnics and meetups and stuff like that, and I think it's like a great sort of network to get yourself into because you make a lot of friends and they're all lovely people. Going vegan has also allowed me to discover a lot of new foods, and I know that this isn't exclusive to veganism, but just for me, as a bit of a context, before I went vegan, the only foods that I ate were chicken, cheese and bread, and after going vegan I eat so many new foods and not be so selective with what I eat, which is weird because people always think, you know, when you go vegan you're cutting out things, but there's so many vegan foods that non-vegans don't know about, and like you go vegan then you're like, oh my god, what's this? Like bio cheese, what's this? And Netflix, oh, hello. And the last positive of veganism that I have to talk about, I'm going to include this as a positive, some of you may not see it as positive, but a lot of people say that they lose weight when they go vegan. I personally gained weight. So I was very thin before I went vegan, and it was just like to a level where it was just like I was so scrawny, and honestly it probably wasn't very healthy at all because I wasn't eating a healthy balanced diet. But since going vegan I have gained weight in areas such as my upper thighs, and these old things. I went from an AB cup to a CD cup, depending on which brand of bra I use. I'm normally a D, but I can squeeze myself into a C at times as well. While there are some definite negatives to having larger breast size, for me I'm going to count it as a positive because they're pretty fun, not gonna lie. I'm going to stop that before all the creepies come to my channel. Now moving on to the cons of veganism that I've personally experienced. Being vegan for 2 years, you have to put up with a lot of shit, especially in a social setting. People can be very, I guess, closed-minded, or they already have this preconceived idea about vegan people in general because of like memes they've seen on Facebook and bullshit like that. So an example of this, I went to a party once in like year 11 or something, and this person was talking about me to one of my friends, and he was like, oh, I've never actually like met Freya, but like, I don't know, she like seems alright, but I just don't really like vegans. And it's like, well, I can completely understand, like, because the vegans you may have encountered in your life have not been great people, but we're not all the same, like we're not clones, we're not part of a cult, like, and it's just a little bit frustrating when people judge you before they even know you just because of what you choose to practice ethically, because that doesn't define you as a person, although it is a big part of your personality. I'm not the kind of vegan that goes around shoving my opinion down to people's throats, and you might think differently because all you've experienced of me is this channel. But in person, I'm not like that. If someone asks me a question about veganism, then I'll be more than happy to answer, but I'm not going to go up to people and be like, hey, did you know I'm vegan? Like, you're an animal abusing asshole, aren't you? Like, no. And I can completely understand that some people just don't want to go vegan. That is probably the biggest con that I've experienced of going vegan, is that in a social aspect, people can be quite judgmental or just completely questioning you all the time, and that can be really frustrating to deal with. I feel like people's bodies react to veganism in very different ways. For example, you'll see a lot of people on YouTube saying like, oh, veganism, like it makes your skin so much better, all this stuff, and I can completely understand why that might be the case. But personally for me, going vegan did not make my skin better. Before I went vegan, I never had one pimple ever. But after going vegan, I get like 2 to 3 maybe pimples a month, because when I am going through my PMS symptoms, that is when I get spots on my skin. And it's nothing major, nothing really bad, but I'm just going to put that in there just because I've experienced the opposite of what a lot of people say happens to them. I just realised Jeannie wasn't in my video. Come here, gorgeous. This is like the first time. I think it's because someone called her fat in the last video and she got really offended. Last con of veganism that I've experienced is that I can't be as lazy. And by that I mean that I have to make a lot of my own food, I have to go out of my way to read ingredients and stuff like that, and it is an effort that you put in, but it is so worth it. So basically, in summary, going vegan has been by far the best decision of my life, and I can say that now. It is such an amazing thing to do, and if you feel like it aligns with your views, give it a go. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I hope you all have a lovely, lovely, lovely day.